Back to 7 News at 6. A bill in South Carolina would give law enforcement the right to seize firearms and ammunition from some people who may pose a risk to themselves or others.
Under the bill, solicitors and law enforcement could submit a verified complaint to a judge for an order to take the guns. 7 News' Kimberly Brown has a closer look.
The checks and balances are very, very thorough and very good in this way. But I think if a constitutional challenge came across, it would probably be struck down.
He's talking about House Bill 3275, which would give law enforcement the ability to seize a person's firearms and ammunition temporarily after an investigation verifies that the person poses a risk of imminent personal injury to himself or others. Representative Ivory Thigpen filed the bill to provide law enforcement with the tools he says they need to intervene if someone has mental health or substance abuse issues.
They had no measure to go in and temporarily, keyword temporarily, take possession of that property through due process, that they would go through a court.
Representative Thigpen, a gun owner himself and a health care provider, looks at this bill as responsible legislation fit to address health concerns. Attorney John Reckenbile says the right people are a part of the process.
This bill is giving a lot of power to individuals that we elect. In other words, you have Solicitor Barnett, Solicitor Wilkins. Those are two of the driving forces that would have to do a pre-investigation in order for there to establish that there's enough evidence, and then it's got to be presented to a judge.
For Representative Thigpen, gun ownership is a right, but says every right comes with responsibility.
I would like to believe that every gun enthusiast is also someone who really wants to see that law enforcement has the instruments that they need to address concerns, and this is a concern that was lifted up by them.
Kimberly Brown reporting there. Before a judge could issue a warrant, a number of things would be taken into consideration under this bill, such as a history of using physical force or psychiatric disabilities.